St. Johns County, Florida. You hear it's booming, right? One of the fastest growing spots in the whole state. But what does that actually mean when you're trying to find a place to call home? Well, it means you have options, a lot of them. So today we're going to go on a little tour by zip code to help you navigate this amazing landscape, from the salty air of the coast all the way to the quiet of the countryside.
And let's be real for a second. Picking a new community is a huge deal. When a place is growing this fast, it can feel, well, pretty overwhelming. Almost like a chore, right? But it absolutely doesn't have to be. So, how do we tackle this? Simple. We're going to turn it into an adventure, a journey. First, we'll hit the iconic Florida coastline. Then, we're heading inland to check out those booming family suburbs. After that, we'll dive into the county's historic and rural roots. And finally, we'll pull it all together and look at the hard data to see how it all stacks up. All right, first stop, the dream, right? The coastal, beachfront, salt life lifestyle. It's what so many people picture when they think about moving to Florida. But even here, you've got some very different choices to make. Think of it like this. You've got two main flavors of coastal living here. On one side, you've got Anastasia Island, super laid back, kind of historic beach town vibe. And on the other, you've got the upscale, exclusive luxury of Ponte Vedra Beach. Both are right on the water, but believe me, they are worlds apart in terms of vibe and, you guessed it, budget.
Okay, let's zoom in on Anastasia Island. That's zip code 32080. This place strikes such a cool balance. You get that chill beach life, but you're just a quick hop over the famous Bridge of Lions and boom, you're in historic downtown St. Augustine. You've got nature at Anastasia State Park, amazing concerts at the amphitheater. It's just this vibrant mix. And as you can see, the price point is definitely more in the realm of possible.
Now, let's shift gears completely and talk about 32082, Ponte Vedra Beach. This is a whole different ballgame. We're talking pure luxury. World-class golf at TPC Sawgrass? Check. Stunning scenic drives along A1A? You got it. Plus, it's a super quick drive to Jacksonville and the Mayo Clinic. This is where you go for those top-tier premier amenities, but that definitely comes with a premier price tag.
And just, wow. Take a look at this chart. The difference in price is staggering. It's not just a small jump, it's a giant leap. It really hammers home the choice you're making. That historic, funky beach town charm versus exclusive, resort-style living.
Okay, let's leave the salt spray behind and head inland. If top-rated schools, amazing community pools, and just a fantastic place to raise a family are at the top of your list, then you're going to want to pay close attention to this next part. We are diving into the suburban hubs that have seriously put St. Johns County on the map. So here we have the two heavyweights, the titans of SJC suburbia. In one corner, you've got Nocatee, meticulously master-planned, everything is new and shiny. In the other corner, you have St. John's, kind of the OG Jacksonville suburb, with deep roots and a connection to the river. And what's wild is that they've both been ranked #1 for families by niche, just in slightly different ways. So Nocatee, if your idea of a perfect Saturday involves zipping between resort-style pools, splash parks, and community events, this is your paradise. It is planned down to the very last detail to be an amenity heaven. Now, one thing to keep in mind, that amazing lifestyle is paid for with HOA and CDD fees. That's your homeowners association and community development district fees. And they cover all those incredible facilities. Now, over in 32259 St. John's, you get a more traditional suburban feel, and it's all about its connection to the St. Johns River. It's this really cool blend of old and new. You'll find historic riverfront homes right alongside brand new communities. It's a huge, established area that feels like its own little oasis, but it's still super close to Jacksonville. And you'll notice the median price is a bit lower here, too. And hey, the growth doesn't stop with those two. You've got to keep an eye on 32092. That's where you'll find massive new developments like World Golf Village and Silverleaf. And then there's 32095, an up-and-coming spot for nature lovers near Palencia. Both of these offer some more accessible price points and are still in the early stages of their growth boom. All right, let's do a complete 180. We're going to leave the bustling suburbs and manicured lawns in the rearview mirror. It's time to explore the parts of the county that are all about deep history and wide open spaces, a totally different pace of life. And this is such a fantastic comparison, right? On one hand, you have the walkable, bustling, living history of downtown St. Augustine. On the other, the quiet, agricultural heartland of a place like Elkton. One lifestyle is about strolling to cafes and museums. The other is about farming, heritage, and just having room to breathe.
You know, what's so incredible about zip code 32084 is that you can literally live inside America's oldest city. This isn't just a tourist trap. People live here. You can find these funky, hip, historic homes and become part of neighborhoods with incredible stories, like Lincolnville. It's such a vibrant lifestyle, and get this, look at that median price. It is surprisingly, refreshingly accessible.
But what if what you really want is affordability, space, and that true small-town feel? Well, then the southern part of the county is calling your name. In places like Elkton and Hastings, yep, the potato capital of Florida, you're going to find large lots, a no HOA mentality, and, you guessed it, the most affordable home prices in all of St. Johns County.
Okay, we've seen the beaches, the bustling suburbs, the historic streets, and the quiet farmland. So how does this all fit together? Let's pull the camera back and look at the hard data for the whole county in one single snapshot. Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet. It lays out the entire spectrum of lifestyles and, just as importantly, their price tags. You can see it all right here. From over $1 million in Ponte Vedra Beach all the way down to $300,000 in Hastings. The real question is, which one of these rows jumps out at you? And really, that was the whole point of this. We wanted to take what can be a really stressful, overwhelming process and just give you a clear mental map of St. Johns County. So now you can start your search with focus, with confidence, because you know what kind of lifestyle each of these areas really offers. So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. After seeing all the options, from the peak of luxury on the beach and these amenity-packed suburbs to the incredible historic charm and the wide-open rural spaces, what does your next chapter look like?